Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Live Writer Podcast. I'm your host, writer, and novelist, Edward Anthony, and today I will give my first book review. I will start with a novel I read last year called Winston's Will, written by Lisa Bailey Bastian. Here's what I wrote about it in a column called Must Reads for 2018 for the AAMBC Journal back in February. A novel written in 2014 by Lisa Bailey Bastian, Winston's Will tells the story of Mira Catlett, a woman who finds herself on death row for the accidental murder of her father, Winston Catlett. Meanwhile, her uncle Howard has taken full control of her brother's company as well as custody of her son Aiden. An amendment in Winston's will prior to his death, years elapsed, and her impending death sentence days away, Mira resorts to one last desperate attempt to preserve the future of her son, even if she's unable to save herself. I don't give many books 5-star ratings, but this is one of the rare exceptions. This story is well written, difficult to put down once one starts reading it, and is a much more worthy read than its actual price. I had the pleasure of interviewing Lisa in June of 2017. You can check out that interview at edwardauthor.blogspot.com. Before and after the interview, I checked out the plot, which was very intriguing to me, and I decided to give it a try. Again, it's worth much more than the listed price, and I would say it's the quickest setting I've read a book with 20 or more chapters in quite a while. It was well constructed, with interesting and treacherous characters who were well developed with a cliffhanging plot twist. It deserves way more recognition than it's getting. It's definitely a bestseller in my book. With that, I thank you for tuning into Live Writer. If you like what you've heard today and want to support, please consider becoming a monthly subscriber by visiting the listener support link at anchor.fm/live-writer or becoming a monthly subscriber on my Patreon. That link is www.patreon.com/eanthony. You can also support by donating to my PayPal by visiting my blog pages where I have the PayPal installed, starting with edwardauthor.blogspot.com, which is my author page, my Indiana Pacers page, pacersfever.blogspot.com, or by Tini Arts, that's BATINIARTS.blogspot.com. And finally, novelprofiles.blogspot.com. Before I go further, I also want to mention, as far as the listener supporter is concerned, I do intend to add some tiers to it. For an example, for those who may donate a certain amount, I will actually let them tune in on the live podcast. More on that to come in the future. You can purchase Winston's Will as well as any of my books by going to websites such as Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Books A Million, Smashwords, among many others. You have just listened to the Live Writer Podcast. I'm writer and novelist Edward Anthony, and I will see you on the next one.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.